So another video, and this one is about 5 questions you should ask a man before you start dating. So this is more for people who are online dating, because this is quite popular just now. We don't want to waste time just to go for normal dates. We want to know someone first better, to think, to even see if this is, I don't know, you have things to talk about. So those are 5 questions you should ask a man before you even start dating. So let me just make an intro before I will start talking about those questions. Basically, you should always think what is important for you. So don't focus on the man you're dating, that, oh, I need to be the best possible version for himself because I'm going to date him. I'm so, grateful he's going to date me, because that's not what it's about. He is happy guy. He's lucky one that he's actually going to date you. So you don't need to do a thing really. You just need to look nice on the first date. You need to listen to him. You need to ask him some questions, but he should be the one who is bloody hell going to fight for you and I don't know, bring you flowers or something. So don't put too much effort when you're actually going on a first date even, because you don't want to be disappointed. And as I'm saying, this is not woman should try for a man, men should try for a woman. So if you finding in yourself in a situation that you go dating all the time, and then maybe ask yourself, are you trying too hard? Because that's not what it's about. Men need to fight for you. He need to be this kind of knight in the shiny armor that he's going to convince you that he's the partner for you, that you're not going to find a better one. So first question, yep, that's the first one, is what do you do for a living? Yep, you heard me. You don't need to ask this as a first question. I'm just saying this is one of those questions you need to ask on before you start dating the guy. First of all, you want to show him that you are actually interested in him. So you want to know more about him. You want to know what kind of hobbies he likes. Is he playing football? Is he playing a golf? Does he like read books? Whatever. But as well about work, because this is something for you. You want to know that the man, he can provide. He is stable. He's not telling you, oh, I'm an actor and I'm looking for I'm not working currently, but I am on a good path to big career as an actor. Maybe this is something what you're not looking for. Maybe you want to have a family in a few years and you want to have a stabilization. So asking for a job is actually quite important from your perspective. And man, he shouldn't be surprised you're going to ask him what he's doing for a living. He probably is going to ask you back what you are doing for a living. If he's not going to answer directly, he's going to say oh, I'm doing a little bit of that, then you might have your answer that, this guy, he's not serious. If he doesn't even tell you what he's doing for a living, he should be proud, I don't know, that he's a businessman. He should be proud that he's working as a manager somewhere, or he is, I don't know, he can be a builder, it doesn't really matter what he's doing. But men who should be proud what he's doing, and he should be passionate about this. If he's not, then it shows you that maybe he didn't choose the best career in his life. And that's again a giver, If he doesn't know what he likes to do, what kind of job he has, then maybe he's not going to be the best person to support you. Another thing what is quite important when it comes to men is quite to see if he actually has a sense of humor and what kind of beliefs he has. So it's good to ask something maybe even silly, and even if he thinks that, oh my god, you are so silly asking him a question like this, well, who cares? But you want to know if he is actually having distance to himself. Is he going to answer, or what is he going to say? It's quite actually funny, this question, what I'm going to say. Ask him what is his zodiac sign. So I'm, for example, a Pisces. My partner is a Leo, and he was actually the first one who asked me that. You know, he was like, what kind of sign you are? And I was like, are you believing in this stuff? And he's like, you know, so many things happen to me and this is really true. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of your beliefs are, his beliefs are, but if you ask this and you will see what kind of answer he has, if he's not going to answer that, you know, that he's so proud he can't even really joke about it, you know. If he's going to say, you know, I'm not exactly sure because I don't really believe in those things, fair enough, that's a good answer. Doesn't need to believe it. You just want to see what kind of attitude he has when it comes to this kind of silly, maybe little bit questions. It can be another question like, what is your favorite color, you know. This is from the same category, you know. You want to see what is his response when it comes to this kind of stuff, because if he's going to just say, oh my god, this girl, she is stupid, she's asking me that, then you don't want someone who is not going to treat you serious because you're asking, I don't know, from time to time you just want to know even this kind of little details, you know. If you are the person who believes in astrology or astronomy or whatever, zodiac signs or Chinese signs, if he's not going to respect that, again, you can find someone better than this. Another thing you want to ask your partner is, like the guy you're dating basically, is about the family. You want to ask something about family. It can be, for example, do you have siblings? Are they living in the same area or whatever? Something that it's going to show him that you are actually a family-oriented person as well. And it's actually nice, you know. Men like to see that woman is caring and this kind of femininity that you are again interested in him and you want to know more about his family. It's just, this is a plus, you know, to ask about his family any possible way. If he says yes, that he has a brother, you can ask, does he have a family? And then there is again another conversation going on. If he doesn't want to talk about them, then again this might be a sign for you that first he doesn't need to talk about this, because some people, they don't want to share their private life too much. Some people are more private, which is absolutely okay, but even you asking this question, you just letting him know that family is important for you in some way. So it's good to ask that. And the last question is need to be very personalized. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what is going to be for you, but this question need to be created this way. It can be very honest question. I remember I asked something my partner, I'm not going to share that with you because it's very private thing, that was so important for me that I wouldn't start a relationship with if I wouldn't have an answer for this question. So maybe there is something that it's actually very important for you. I don't know, maybe maybe you're religious and you need to know if the guy is religious or not, if he is what kind of, you know, faith he has. Maybe he doesn't believe anything, you know. If this is something important for you, it's honestly going to save you so much time if you're going to ask this before. It can be anything. I know that religious can be maybe some very sensitive topic, but as I'm saying, if there is something very important for you, you don't want to waste time on someone who is completely opposite to you. If you like to, let me give you a different example. If you want to have a kids in the future and you're talking to a guy, you're asking for family, you're talking about his job and you think that he's very focused on his job and you don't really feel like he will be able to, I don't know, sacrifice his job for a family or for a really relationship, then you know what, you don't lose anything. As I'm saying, there's so many fishes in the sea that if you're going to ask the guy the question directly, so you can just ask like, so what do you think about family? Like, do you want to have kids one day? Do you plan to, I don't know, do you love your job so much that you don't really think that kids are for you? You know, there's a way of asking those kind of questions gently. You can just go with it, you know. And if the guy, he's feeling like, oh my god, she's already asking me for kids, then you know, his problem. It's his problem. If you are asking those questions because you are serious, you're looking for a lifetime partner, and if he doesn't respect you because you actually want to know things that are very important for you, then you know, he is not worth it your time. So that's what I'm always saying. Sorry, it's just so bright that it's sometimes so bright that just my eyes, I'm going to have so much wrinkles. So again, if there is something that it's so important for you and you can't live without it, or you can't live without knowing, or you don't even want to start dating before you knowing that this guy is actually going to accept that, then there is a question like this. Believe me, inside deep you will know what is the question about this, because we all have something that we don't want to sacrifice. And if the guy, he doesn't want to answer, or he is the answer is just doesn't really something what you are accepting, then don't waste your time. Honestly, there's so many people that will be worth it your time, and waiting and dating even more, you're going to find out that your standards are all the time going up and higher, because especially when you're getting older as well, you don't want to be with someone who doesn't have the same kind of thinking, you know. And I asked my boyfriend question. He told me after when we met, I'm not going to tell you because it's honestly very private, and he told me, then he was like shocked. He said like, I was shocked you asked me this, but he was like, you know what, I was looking for the same person who actually want the same, and you know, save us so much time because we just wanted both the same thing. And if, as I'm saying, if the person is going to reply, no, it's just like completely I'm not into this, then well, you didn't even meet, so you don't need to bother what kind of opinion he's going to about you. But ask this kind of stuff, what you are thinking that you can't live without, and is very important in your life. And because if the person actually wants the same thing, then he will be like, you know, she asked me that, but you know, I'm into this as well. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please give it a thumbs up, because it's really supporting my channel when I have as well. If you like it, you can leave a comment. I like to reply the comments, and it's always nice to see that people are actually watching those videos and I'm doing them for someone. Just wanted to say that remember that once you're dating someone, you are not desperate. You are the woman. He's need to try to you know, impress you. You are not the one who need to impress him. You obviously want to be yourself, but he's the one, he should struggle, not you. You shouldn't be the one who's checking phone every 5 minutes if he texts you back. You know, no, you have a lot of options. So don't be desperate. This is very important. You know, this is going to change completely your life once you realize that there's a lot of people who are good for you, and you don't really need to date with anyone who is not worth it your time.